centre was developed initially to present the life and times of St. Killian, who was an Irish saint who went to Germany. Because of the Living Bog project, we've had the great advantage of being able to showcase Killyconny Bog. We've used it extensively over the last number of years in terms of the education of children. Local children have been to the bog, seen the benefits, started to be educated in terms of all the, I suppose, advantages that there are for society of preserving our raised bogs. And Killyconny Bog is our local one. It's the one that our children know about, and it's been a wonderful experience. We want what's happened with the LIFE project to continue. We see it as a really, really beneficial piece to both our community in terms of increasing tourism, but also in terms of, as we've said earlier, educating kids in the environment and the need to protect what we have locally.
Back in 1997, I was concerned about the rapid production of turf on the bog. To publish an article in the paper why we should preserve the bog. It wouldn't be the most popular subject to write about at the time, asking people to stop cutting turf in the best interest of the bog. So what I did, working with the Heritage Centre Committee, I organised a day on the bog. I thought this was the best opportunity to explain the importance of the bog to the public, because you had everybody, old and young, would be at the bog, and people telling the bog stories and the history of the bog. And I had my video camera with me on the day on the bog, and I recorded everything. And a recording of that day on the bog in 1997 is up on YouTube for everybody to look at and learn about that time, the importance of preserving the bog, and to have the foresight to take bold decisions in the best interest of the bog and water levels in the area, and the importance of the water being the river of life.
This was a barrel that was used for wheeling turf out on the bank, and you'd walk out on the bank like that, and you'd turn your barrel like that, and you'd heel your turf on out like that. And you'd walk like this, out like that, and then you'd turn yourself and you'd bring it back to the man again on the bog. And this was another lamp that was used on the bog. This was an old side. It was for cutting the heather off the bog before you'd start. And you'd be coming here and you'd be putting them up, and you'd be making little drying stakes like this, and you would put one across like that and keep them dry. They call them footings. And you put them up like this on the bog. You would put them 6 or 7 sods high, and that's the way you do it there. And you come back in a couple of weeks' time, and you change them into bigger clamps.
One of the aspects of the wonderful hidden treasures on the bog, which I've always had an interest in ever since my father gave me a moth trap, and you can now leave a light out on the bog, as we've done here. I've done it 10 times this summer, and a light comes on automatically. This is the trap here, and it has a sensor, so I don't have to wait all night to turn it on and off. When it becomes dark, this light in here, which is ultraviolet, goes on, and then in the morning it turns off again. In the meantime, you hope that the moth trap will fill with all sorts of exciting moths, which you never have a chance of seeing during the day. I've got some examples here of a wonderful eyed hawk moth, garden tiger moth, oak eggers, which fly up and down actually during daylight looking for males or females. The male flies up down looking for females. So I don't kill them, I just let them free in amongst the ling heather, and they'll hide for the day and go on their way. So then I can identify them, and of course now I can just photograph them if I'm not sure, and record the numbers, and then let them free. So the moth trap allows many people then to see what normally they'd never see.
What we've learned about the bog is that this ecosystem here that has developed over 7,000 to 10,000 years ago is a receptacle for CO2 and is a carbon sink. And we will all agree that almost every human being on the planet these days has heard of climate change, especially in the last 5 years. And it's more important than ever that we preserve, and with the help of the EU and the NPWS, the 12 or 13 bogs that have been selected. Killyconny is one of those bogs, and we're privileged to have it in our midst, and recognise that it is a carbon sink and it contributes to the overall effect of CO2 on the planet. And all these small areas of wetlands, bogs, lakes, etc., the sum total of them, when they're all added together, they make a change, and that's what it's all about. So it's vitally important that we continue with the work that the NPWS has commenced here, and that we develop the other amenities on the periphery of the bog for the general use and enjoyment of the public.